Hey friends, in this video we are going to be talking about our grammar topics for the week, which are adjectives and sentence structure. So what you are going to need are your listening ears, your looking eyes, and you're also going to need a pencil and a piece of paper. So first things first, we have to talk about capitalization. When we're talking about sentence structure, it is always important to start off with capitalization. Every sentence must begin with a capital letter. This means that the first letter of the first word must be uppercase, big, or capital, however you refer to it, but the first letter must always be capital. So if we look at our example sentence, we have here, it says, the door is open. Now the first word, when we read from left to right. So the first word is the, and we need to make sure that the first letter, what letter is this, y'all? Just yell it out. What letter is this? It's the letter T, exactly. So our letter T needs to be capital because it is the first letter of the sentence. Let's look at another example. This sentence says, you can go with me too. What letter needs to be capital first? Well, I'm going to go all the way to the left, and I see that the word you is here, and the letter Y is the first letter that needs to be capitalized, so that is the letter that needs to be capital because it is first. Let's look at one more example. Can you get this for me? Now, what word is the first word in the sentence? Okay, I'm going to go all the way over to the left. Boom. Okay, can. Can is our first word in the sentence. And the first letter in the word can is, yell it out, C. Yes, so the letter C must be capital. Now, all of these red letter sentences are grammatically correct. Now let's do some guided practice. I want you to tell me which letter should be capitalized. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to point to the first word or anything. I'm just going to show you a sentence and I want you to tell me what letter should be capitalized. This sentence says, tell me your name. What letter should be capitalized in this sentence? The letter T. So now, when we write the sentence in a grammatically correct way, it will look like this, with our capital T at the beginning of the sentence. How about this sentence? Run as fast as you can. What letter needs to be capitalized in this sentence? The letter R, yes. And so when we rewrite the sentence, it will look like this with our capital R at the beginning of the sentence. Let's look at one more example. Do you want to go? Which letter should be capitalized in this sentence? The letter D. So when we write our sentence in a grammatically correct fashion, it will look like this with our capital D at the beginning of the sentence. So keep that in mind, friends, because we are going to come back to capitalization. But now let's talk about the end of a sentence. Let's talk about punctuation. And what is punctuation? Punctuation marks are symbols that tell us how we should read a sentence. They tell us how we should read a sentence. There are three types of punctuations that we will talk about in this video. The first type of punctuation is the period. Everybody say period. And a period is used to show a statement when we are telling something. This tells us when a sentence ends, and we should just stop before we keep reading on. So, for example, I have these periods here in red. We have two sentences here, and it says, the mouse is small. The bear is big. Now, when I got to the period, I didn't say anything. I just stopped, because when you're reading a sentence, you don't pronounce the period. You just stop reading for a second and then keep going. So I would say, the mouse is small. The bear is big. Our next punctuation mark is called the question mark. Can everybody say question mark? And a question mark is used to show a question when we are asking something. So when we are asking somebody something, when we are writing it, we will always use a question mark to show that. And it tells us when we're reading a sentence that our voice should rise at the end. So for example, our sentence that we have here is, can you help me? Can you help me? Did you hear how my voice went up a little bit at the end? I wouldn't just read it and say, can you help me? That's not how we ask it. That's not how we ask a question when we're reading things. We'll say, can you help me? And then the last punctuation mark is the exclamation mark. Everybody say exclamation mark. One more time, exclamation mark. And the exclamation mark is used to show that we are excited about something. And so it tells us that we should say our sentence with feeling. So our example sentence that we have here is, I have a lot of money. I'm clearly very excited. I wouldn't just read it and say, I have a lot of money. I wouldn't say, I have a lot of money. No. An exclamation mark says that I should say it with feeling. I have a lot of money. Now let's do some guided practice with this. Which punctuation mark do you think that I should use? If you think that I should use a period, you're going to go like this. But if you think I should use a question mark, you're going to put your hand on your chin. And if you think I should use an exclamation mark, you're going to wave your hands in the air like you're really, really excited. My first sentence is, where's the bathroom? Where's the bathroom? What punctuation mark should I use? Should I use a period, a question mark, or an exclamation mark? Where's the bathroom? Where's the bathroom? It's a question, so I should use a question mark. Let's look at another sentence. I love my game. Which punctuation mark should I use? I love my game. Should I use a period, a question mark, or an exclamation mark? I love my game. I love my game. Oh yeah, I should use an exclamation mark because I'm super excited about my game. Let's look at one more sentence for punctuation. My mommy said no. What type of punctuation mark should I use for that sentence? My mommy said no. My mommy said no. Period. Because I'm just telling someone something, I'm not really excited about it. My mommy said no. Now let's move on to a type of word that we may see in sentences. And this type of word is called an adjective. And adjectives are describing words that tell details about a person, animal, or thing. So for our example sentence, right, we have the balloon is red. Now, the naming part of the sentence is the balloon. And the describing part of the sentence, the describing word in the sentence is red because it is telling us what kind of balloon is in the sentence. So our describing word is red. Let's look at this next sentence. The bear is big. The describing word, the word that is telling us about the bear, is big because it is telling us that the bear is big. Our last example sentence for adjectives is the mouse is small. The describing word, the word that is telling us details about the mouse is small because the mouse is small. Our last one, he runs fast. Now our describing word in this sentence is fast because it is telling us what kind of running he is doing in the sentence. So fast is our describing word. So now I'm going to show you some sentences, and I want you to tell me what is the adjective in each of these sentences. The first sentence is art class is messy. What is the adjective in this sentence? What is the word that is describing the art class? Messy. Because it is telling us that the art class is messy. It's telling us about the art class. My house has fun games. What is the describing word in this sentence? Which word tells us what kind of games? Fun. We went to a nasty restaurant. Which word is the describing word in this sentence? Which word is telling us what kind of restaurant we went to? Nasty. So now, all of that information that we have about using capital letters, using correct punctuation marks, and adjectives, it is time to put it all together. Get your pencil and piece of paper because it is challenge time. Oh yeah. So, I'm going to show you some sentences, and these sentences are going to be all kinds of messed up. And I need you to copy the sentence down, and we need to make corrections, and we also need to figure out which adjective best fits in that sentence. So, our first sentence is, our school has blank lunches. We're missing a lot of information, so I can't even put the punctuation mark in. I can't even put the words in. We always start from left to right. So what is the first thing that we need to change? We need a capital O. Okay, now we have our capital O. Our school has blank lunches. What adjective goes in this blank? Which word best fits? Is it our school has ball lunches? Our school has tasty lunches? Or our school has picture lunches? Which one fits? Our school has tasty lunches. And so now we have all of the other information. Now we need to put in our punctuation mark. Now listen to how I say it. Our school has tasty lunches. How did I say that? Do I need a period? Do I need a question mark? Or do I need an exclamation mark? Our school has tasty lunches. Our school has tasty lunches. I need an exclamation mark at the end. Let's look at another example. Let's look at another challenge question. Who has the blank thing? What is the first thing that we need to change? Before we do anything else with our sentence, what is the first thing we need? We need a capital W. Alrighty, we have our capital W here. Now we need to figure out which word fits in this sentence. Who has the blank thing? Is it who has the big thing? Who has the walk thing? Or who has the run thing? What word fits best? Who has the big thing? So we know that big needs to go there. Now listen to how I say this sentence and tell me, and I want you to show me which punctuation mark I need to put in here. Who has the big thing? Who has the big thing? Do I need a period? Do I need a question mark? Or do I need an exclamation mark? Who has the big thing? Who has the big thing? I need a question mark because I am asking a question. Our last sentence, Ramon swims blank. First things first, what do we need to change? What is it that we need to change? We need a capital R. Alrighty, we have our capital R, and now we need to figure out which adjective fits. Which word fits here? Which word is our adjective? Is it Ramon swims quickly, Ramon swims door, or Ramon swims foot? Which word makes sense? Ramon swims quickly. Now, listen to how I say this sentence and tell me if I need to put a period, a question mark, or an exclamation mark. Ramon swims quickly. Ramon swims quickly. What do I need? Ramon swims quickly. We need a period. We need a period because I'm just telling you something. I'm not saying it with feeling. I'm not asking you a question. I am just making a statement. So please, friends, remember to keep our capitalization and our punctuation rules in mind when we're writing any sentence. And what other adjectives, what other words can you come up with to describe some things? Talk with your class.